welcome everybody. Again, my name is Mark Luccitti, and I am a SCORE mentor. Again, just some of my background. I've worked in manufacturing supply chain for about 40 years. I've done half dozen 8 startups. I've done several turnarounds. I've been an internal, external consultant, a lot of different things. Some of the other things I've done that really bring the SCORE beyond that is I've lived the entrepreneur life as well. My dad was a serial entrepreneur. He had 10, 12 businesses. I've stocked vending machines. I've fixed washing machines. I pumped gas at his gas stations. I've served hot dogs at his hot dog stand. So I understand what that's like. And I also have my own commercial services business here in the Phoenix market for about 8 years. Started with just me and had about 55 employees in 18 months. And understood the highs and the lows. So you have a good understanding of that. This is kind of the ongoing commercial really about what SCORE is about, what we can do for you. When you start a business and it's great if someone, so we work with a lot of folks. I've been with SCORE for about 16 months. I've worked with probably about 45 or 50 different clients. Most people come to us, we do have people with existing businesses, but most folks just have an idea. And they say, well, how am I going to make this happen? And, the initial contact, regardless of our background, we'll be assigned different individuals. And that initial contact is just to kind of flush that out. What do you want to do? What are your thoughts? Or have you considered these things? It's great if they bring experience to the party. But a lot of times people just want to start a business. They really don't have that experience. But if you have it, it's a great thing. That's definitely going to aid you. But it doesn't always work out that way. If you don't have it, what a lot of folks do, if you have the resources, you're going to hire specific expertise. And that's going to help you be successful in a lot of cases. So you may be a good operations person, so you might hire someone to do your sales, or you may be a great salesperson, but you need to have someone run the day-to-day. But again, a lot of times that really requires resources that a lot of people don't have. What generally people will go if they really want to get something going, there's 2 options. One is to hire a consultant. And I do that too. Actually, I'm a paid consultant in the manufacturing side. I do that. Actually, one of my primary clients past year is here in the room, and I'm working with them now. But I also do a lot of SCORE. And SCORE is a little different. As Alan said, we do SCORE. It's for free. It's a voluntary thing. So we do both. You can be a consultant and you can hire a consultant. And I'll talk some of the differences here in a moment. But the other piece, again, is to hire, again, SCORE mentor. It's interesting. Like I said, I have an entrepreneurial background. My family has an entrepreneurial background, actually a strong manufacturing background. And I'm learning a lot about, manufacturing resources available. But I didn't know anything about SCORE up until like 2 years ago. Actually, I was at a dinner party, and a great friend, her dad, was part of SCORE, and I just moved back to the Phoenix area, and I was considering maybe, retiring, doing a little consulting. And he told me about what he was doing and said, hey, that's something I'd be really interested in doing. So got involved. Now, what are some of the differences? Well, obviously, if you're a consultant, you're hiring them for their expertise. They certainly have that. As Alan said, our SCORE mentors have a great deal of expertise in a lot of different areas. Mine's manufacturing. I do a lot of leadership consulting, high performance work environments. That's kind of my core. But I get calls from people in all different areas. The difference between us and maybe a consultant is typically, not always the case, but a lot of times consultants have that specific expertise in a primary area. As Ellen spoke to, we can reach out to a multitude of resources within the SCORE network. And I'll give you an example. I had someone reach out to me that was starting a restaurant. It was actually a pretty big operation. After I met with this person a few times, again, there's certain things that I can bring to the party, but this person really needed someone with a high level of expertise in the restaurant area to really help them be successful. I put it out there. I had an individual come in that has several successful restaurants here in the Phoenix market, met with that person, was able to answer all those questions, help them out. So we have that ability. If we do not have the specific expertise alone, we can reach out to our network, and there's a lot of resources out there. We talked about this. Actually, Alan touched on this. As a consultant, usually you hire a consultant who does the work. Whether that's hiring the people, writing your policy book, maybe installing a project or equipment. SCORE, we don't, we work, but we don't do the work. We mentor, we guide, we coach. That's what we do. And it's a big difference. I mean, really, we're there to help educate, train. We will stand right beside a client, help them be successful, but it really is incumbent on them to actually get the work done. But we will be there to help support. The other big difference is if you're buying, you're hiring a consultant, I mean, a lot of times that's hundreds of dollars in fees per hour. I mean, everything we do at SCORE essentially is free. And that's not only the mentor's time, but as John spoke to earlier and Alan spoke to earlier, we have on our website, we have many different resources there in every area. So we have training events just like this. We do several a month. There'll be on-site training events. Many of those are videotaped. We share those videotapes. So if you went in today, if you needed to know how to do QuickBooks, or what do you need to do to develop a website, I guarantee you, if you went to the SCORE site today, there's probably something there. There's probably many things there that you could leverage right now to make a difference in your business. The difference is, and this is the thing that I've learned, and again, part of the reason we're here today is many people don't know about us. And that's, we got to try to share the message. If you have a need or you know somebody that's thinking about getting into a business or has a business need, they need to reach out to SCORE. We can definitely help them. SCORE Mentor, they will have relevant experience. The people you reach out to or the people we co-mentor with have been in your seat. They've been in your shoes. I've had this conversation with many people. I had, like I said, 55 employees. I knew what it was like on Friday, payday, and I was waiting for customer bills to come in, and I had to cover that payroll. I know what it's like to get a call in the middle of the night from a customer that was dissatisfied, and I had to go out there and correct that problem for that customer. And we have many people that have that experience. The similar challenges, again, we've been there, and we are absolutely committed to our customer success. Alan said we got over 100 people. When I first joined the organization, I co-mentored with folks that have been with the organization for a number of years. I mean, there are people that spend 40 hours a week mentoring small businesses. They're so committed. We have, again, these are folks that will stand by you, work with you. We don't turn anybody away. I mean, honestly, I've had some people reach out to me that I'm thinking, this is definitely not going to work. But we'll have those conversations. We never discourage people. We encourage, we may ask them questions that they need to ask themselves before they proceed with what they have to do, because it's important they think about some things. But we will never discourage somebody that comes to us. We are always there to support the entrepreneur. And that's why SCORE exists today. So again, manufacturing, I know that's the core. John, myself, we have several people with manufacturing experience. I have a great deal of experience in people systems, high performance work environments. We talked about lean. But if you're into other things too, or there's other, some people said my wife, my husband, you have friends. If you don't reach out to SCORE, you are not taking advantage of a resource that's available to you for free, that can help you be successsearch. So I would encourage you or people if you have not done it today, go to the website. You can either reach out, you can do a search for people with your background or the skills you're looking for, or you can just throw it in there and, we have people locally that will connect you with the people, with someone that you need to talk to. But I would highly encourage you to consider that. Okay. Well, that's it. If you want any other questions, I'll be here afterwards and appreciate your time. Thank you.